Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Mind Your Biz Nai, and I am back with some keys to life that I think will, help you and add onto your journey for life. Okay, so today what I wanted to bring up is this is something that I had to learn a little later in life because you want people to treat you the way that you would treat them, right? But I realized in life it's never going to be that way. If you do find someone that would treat you the way that you would treat them, you need to hold on tight to them. You need to cherish them. But 9 times out of 10, people will give you their behinds to kiss, right? And I have some examples here where that has happened to me, and I had to be woman enough to let them go, to let people do whatever they want to do and not be so hurt behind it. And I'm not saying that initially that I wasn't hurt behind it, but there comes a time in your life where you have to get over it. You have to push on. So today I want to talk about how you have to let people lose with who they think they're going to win with. Okay. And that's like a period right there. So, there's two examples I wanted to leave you with. So the first example is I had this boyfriend who I could see myself marrying, and we dated for about 6 months. And I mean, things were really, really good between me and him. When it just came to me and him, we could talk about anything. We were very open with each other. I don't think we were a perfect match, but we could have made it work. We had some drama when it came to his kids. He had baby kids. Now, if you don't know what that is, that means bad children who did not listen to him when he tried to discipline them. And they were just overall like chaotic. And it was hard for me to see that as being his girlfriend because I didn't grow up in a household like that. I grew up very strict and with authoritative mother and essentially authoritative father. So when I saw kids be misbehaving and them not listening to their parent, it really, really irked me. And he knew that about me, and that essentially drove a wedge between us. So, anyways, we continued to still date each other. We almost broke up over it one time, but we decided that we had enough love for each other to stick it through. Fast forward a couple of months later, this guy broke up with me 3 days before my birthday. And how he decided to do it is we had plans for the weekend, not my birthday weekend, but the weekend before, for him to come over and spend time with me. And he gave me a call and he was like, Precious, I'm just not going to do it. I met this girl. I think she's hot and I'm going to hang out with her. So how he broke up with me, he was like, well, why can't I just, break up with you and then come back in 3 to 6 or 9 months later? And I said, Jason, you can't do that. Like, it's not happening. If you break up with me, you will never, ever get a chance to be with me again. He wanted to take that chance to be with this other girl named Bo. And it hurt my heart. It really, really did. But I had to get over it. And how I got over it is I spent my birthday with 4 of my good girlfriends in Vegas. And I already had that planned, but it would have been super, super joyous if I could have had my boyfriend there, like in spirit with me, being able to talk to him all the time while I was out there. But essentially I did not. And I had my girlfriends there to hold me down, right? And so that was a good birthday and a good breakaway from real life. But when I got back home, my heart was hurting. And so this guy, he ended up reaching back out to me a month later, and I gave him everything that I thought about the situation. I gave him my mind, basically, like all my feelings about how you could leave me before my birthday. You come back a month later, you don't even tell me happy birthday, you don't even tell me you love me, you don't even ask for forgiveness. I said, no, we're not meant to be together. And so some time goes by again, he tries to reach out to me again. And at the same time, he's still dealing with this other girl. And I'm just like, you cannot have your cake and eat it too. Like, I see that you like this girl, and quite possibly you probably like her better than me, but you were my boyfriend. So if you wanted to leave me, go right ahead. Go ahead and win with this new girl named Bo. But let me tell you, the moral of the story is they ended up breaking up. And guess why they broke up? Because of his bad kids. And the only reason why I know this, because she reached out to me on Facebook. She was like, Precious, Jason is still in love with you. And I don't even know why a girl would reach out to me, but she did. Like, she was just like a non-confrontational female. She just wanted everyone to be like zen. She was like a zen type person, and she knew exactly who I was. So she reached out to me and she was like, Jason is still in love with you. You should really give him the time to talk to you about things, maybe to reconnect. Me and Jason will always be friends. We are friendly, but we are not going to work out. And I said, Bo, there's nothing for us to talk about. Do not contact me. And if Jason wants to talk to me, he can talk to me himself. So for him to send his ex-girlfriend to the ex-girlfriend, that just lets me know that's not the man for me. And I want to tell you, years and years would go by and he would still try to reach out to me. And I finally had to have the conversation. I finally called him and I said, look, I need you to delete my phone number because it's not good for us to talk. I do not want to be with you. This is not ever going to work out. You had your chance. He's like, I never delete people's numbers, but okay, fine. If you don't want to talk to me, I'll delete your number. Years go by after that, he reaches back out to me on Facebook and he was like, yeah, I think Facebook synced my email addresses together and it sent you a friend request. Negro, please, like, get it together. Just stop lying. Just say what you gotta say. So he finally came out and he was like, I would like for us to reconnect. I'd like to take you out for dinner. I'd like to see you. I want to see how you've been over these years. What he wants to do is finally freaking apologize in person. Because when I said there's no chance of us ever communicating and connecting again, I said over this time, you never even apologized for breaking up with me 3 days before my birthday? Like, what, are you serious? Like, how could you do this to me? He was like, I felt like I didn't cheat on you. I felt like I don't owe you an apology. I felt like you could have gotten over it. Are you serious? Like, Negro, please. So anyways, I said, this is going to be the final time you ever communicate with me, the final time you will ever get a chance to reach out to me. I let him know how I truly felt after all this time. I said some choice words, and I basically said, go take care of your kids because they drove a wedge between us. And that's okay. Like, you don't have to be with someone that doesn't really treat you like your kids, but you don't cheat on them. And if you didn't really want to be with them, you don't keep trying to come back and chase after them when you know you did them wrong. Like, come on. So at the end of the day, I had to let him go win with whoever he thought he was going to win with, right? Because if you lose me, you really will never, ever win again. Like, when it comes to relationships. Because I'm not saying I'm the best out here, but I'm the best out here. Like, period. Okay, so then I have a second situation. So I had this very, very, very best friend. I mean, we were best friends for like 9 years, and it was a man, right? And he had met my mom. Like, he was a big part of my life. And so he ended up getting married to somebody, and I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. And so when I found this out, because one of his coworkers came up to me and was like, hey, aren't you Damon's best friend? And I'm like, yes. And he was like, did you know he got married? Were you at the wedding? And I was like, no. I said, I didn't even know he had a girlfriend, right? So when I confront Damon about this, he didn't even want to talk about it. He was just like, let's spend some time together. Let's talk about this another time. And I'm like, no, like, this is an important conversation. Like, if I'm your best friend, like you say I am, I should have been your best woman. I should have been your best man at your wedding. So when I think about it, I talked to my mom about this. I talked to some good girlfriends about this, even some other guys, and they all said, do you think Damon was in love with you? Do you think Damon loved you? Because how could he be a part of your life? And when I say we were the type of best friends that never talked. We talked almost daily. We talked almost weekly, but we lived in different states. And we would talk about love and relationships all the time. But not one time did he ever tell me he had a girlfriend. Not one time did he ever tell me he was engaged. Not one time did he send me a wedding invitation. He just ends up getting married. So that really, it didn't hurt my heart, but it was like, I couldn't believe that my best friend would do that to me. And I said, look, this wasn't the first time we've had like issues with each other, but this is a big issue that you can't just like, swipe underneath the rug. Like, you have to communicate this with me. You have to talk to me about it. You got to tell me why you lied for all those years. Because he dated her for like a year and a half and then married her. And she also had a son. I'm like, how could you hide that from me? Like, how can you talk to me every day, but then be in a full-blown relationship with somebody and live together and have a son with him? Like, why did you feel like you had to hide my relationship with you, my friendship with you? And these are questions that he would never answer. And so throughout the years, he would send me emails consistently saying, Precious, let's just go ahead and get over this. Let's start fresh. Let's leave the past in the past. And I'm like, well, Damon, like, why would you not tell me you were getting married? Why would you not tell me you were married? Like, why would you just hide me from a girl? And so if I could put myself in his wife's shoes, or at that time his girlfriend's shoes, maybe she said, ooh, I don't want you to be around with no other girls. I don't care if she's your best friend. You can't put no female over me. And he probably told her, okay, fine. But he did never let me go. And I'm saying we never slept together. We never kissed. Nothing ever romantic. So it should not be a reason why you feel like you have to hide me. And so I said to my spirit, I'm going to let him go win with whoever he thinks he can win with, because actually he's losing. Because if you can lie about who's your best friend in your life to your significant other, to the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, what else can you lie about? And then how would it look if I were to come back into your life and this girl not ever know about me? And then she would be like, who's this new girl? When actually I was here before you. So I said, look, I'm going to let Damon and Jason win with whoever they think they're going to win with. Because I really feel like you're losing if you lose me. Like, how could you lose? How could you want to lose a good girlfriend who you chased for years after that? A good best friend who you chased for years after that? Like, if I was so important to you in your life, you would have already did the math and calculations and figured out Precious is not the one to lose. But since you thought I was so expendable, I'm not the one to be expended. Like, I'm not even that type of person to even treat someone like that. So for someone else to treat me that way, I can't have them in my life. I can't trust them. And I'm saying all this and I'm telling you these stories because sometimes people will I don't know, use you. They will turn their back on you, and they would give you their butts to kiss, and they want you to be okay with it, and you can't. You have to have a backbone. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to be like, you know what? If they can feel like they can live their life without me, I can do the same. And I would, suggest that you do it. You do stand up for yourself. You do decide, I'm not going to stand by and take this. I'm not going to let someone treat me this way because I deserve better. And that's what I decided for myself. Like, if you want to go ahead and win with somebody when you're actually losing, go right ahead. Make the decisions, live your life. But I'm going to live mine. Don't be mad at me when I decide I'm going to choose myself over you not choosing me too. So I just want to leave that with you. Like, sometimes, usually, you got to let people go. You got to let people go ahead and lose with whoever they think they're going to win with. And I'm going to just be nice and be Christian, polite, and say, I'm going to let you win with whoever you think you're going to win with. Because if you really was winning, you would never come back. You would never be in my inbox like the way that you in my inbox. Whether it's on Yahoo, or whether it's on Facebook, or whether it's on my iMessages. Like, if I wasn't the right person for you, or if you felt like you could lie to me, or you felt like you could let me go, then let me go. Let me live my life. Let me mind my business and keep it moving, right? So anyways, I hope you learned this key to life. I hope you can add this to your life. I hope you can, like, if something like this ever happens to you, because it probably will. It probably will. Someone will turn in their back on you. I hope you can think back to what Mind Your Business said. And know that you can be okay with letting someone go. You can be okay with the way that someone has treated you, knowing that you would never treat them like that way back, and let your soul and your heart be at peace. You got to, because you can't hold no grudges. And me not I'm not saying I'm not forgiving these people, but I'm not allowing them to come back into my life so they can lie to me again. Like, so I don't want you to think that I'm holding a grudge. It's called I'm protecting myself. And you got to do what you got to do, because people are going to do whatever they want to do every time. I promise you that. So I hope that this video added some keys to your life. And losing my voice, I got some water down here, I'm gonna drink, but I hope that you enjoyed it. And please leave some comments, let me know what you think, and let me know if this has ever happened to you before, or a similar situation. And have a good day.